'tis that time of the year again. What time is that, you wonder? Motorcycle show season. So if you're familiar, I usually do a video this time just to remind people what motorcycle shows we got coming up and when they are and what they're about. Now we're going to start with the standard, which is the Motorcycle Super Show, which takes place the first weekend in January, usually right after New Year's Day, or as close to it as possible. Now this is at the International Center, which is a very large convention center, and you know, I'll make sure I put a link in here for all these shows along with their dates and whatnot. And this is the biggest show in Ontario, and this is where you go if you want to get good deals on, you know, gear, oil, batteries, new motorcycles, old motorcycles, all kinds of other accessories. There's a lot of places that sell, you know, custom leathers, etc., stuff like that, and there's a lot of stuff to look at. You know, there's a lot of regular vendors that show up all the time. If you're gonna go, bring a good pair of shoes to walk in, because there's I believe it's like 6 halls in the convention center that are all motorcycle related, and they'll have show bikes, classic bikes, new and old race bikes, that sort of stuff, and you know, it's always well worth going to. Now the second show is the Toronto Motorcycle Show, which is held down by I believe it's near the CNEers. I haven't actually been to that one in probably over 20 years. From where I live, it's too much of a pain to get to, and it's actually sort of like a dealer show. They do have some vendors and whatnot, but it's generally where the you know, the Canadian motorcycle you know, companies, that's where they display the new models. So at the Super Show in January, you may or may not see all the new bikes, but the motorcycle show in Toronto, you definitely will see them all. If they have been released, they will be there. And again, I'll make sure there's a link for that one as well. There's a lot of traffic up ahead. Now the third show is the Spring Show, and last year I mentioned that it was more of a cruiser show and whatnot, and I got contacted by the one of the PR people, and they said, oh, it haven't been that way for years. So I'm putting that down to my cruiser friends who I think just didn't want me to go to the shows with them. And it's actually very similar to the Super Show. It's using 4 of the convention center places, and again, they'll have pretty much the same thing you'd see at any good quality motorcycle show. You're going to see new bikes, old bikes, gear, accessories. I believe they actually do have a good focus on selling used motorcycles. But again, I'll put a link into their website. It actually has a lot of information and contact stuff, and I believe you can actually pre-order your tickets online, and I think you can do that for all the shows. For the international show, like for the Super Show, I definitely recommend pre-buying your tickets, because if not, you have to wait to pay before you can get in, and there's usually a big long lineup. But anyways, those are the 3 shows that they have. Last year I was planning on going to the Spring Show. Unfortunately, if you follow my channel, you know I totally messed my back up and spent a good chunk of the time trying not to move and hurt more. So I actually ended up missing a lot of stuff. I wasn't able to go to any of the motorcycle shows last year. So this year I'm going to hopefully be able to hit a couple of them at least. So anyways, hope that information is useful to you. Put those in your calendar. You got the time off and it's within driving distance for you, I recommend checking them all out. Anyways, DeathsStalker signing off.